Hello and welcome to Live in the Solution. I'm your astrologer and tarot card reader, Mary Trimble, here with your readings for September the 16th through September the 22nd. And we have a very interesting celestial sky with 3 significant events, and I'll get into that later on the astrology section of your reading. Thank you guys. I had so many new subscribers last week. I'm so excited. Thank you. I really appreciate you all. If you're returning, thank you for your loyalty and your support. I really appreciate that. And if you're new, I hope you enjoy these readings and you'll come back. Now, these are general readings for the collective, guys. So, take what resonates and leave the rest. And don't forget, these are for your sun, moon, and rising. So check out the other videos because maybe your rising sign might make more sense to you. If you would like a more personal, tailored reading, click on this link or go to the Show More section below in the description box. If you're looking at this on a phone, it's a little arrow pointing downwards. If you press that, you can see all the information. All the links to the other videos will be below. The links to my Facebook group will be below. You should join that. Every 2 weeks I do a live feed in Facebook, and we look, it's fun, we look at how the it's either the new moon or the full moon is affecting you personally. Which area of your chart does it affect you? So join my Facebook group. The link is below. Follow me on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. And please don't forget to like, comment. I answer every comment. And subscribe if you haven't already. And share. My short-term goal is get to 10K subscribers. That would be amazing. So, I want to quickly say these readings come in 3 sections. The intro, which is this part, the astrological report, which is next, and then the tarot report, the tarot reading, sorry. And there are skip times to each section so that you can, if you're checking out some moon rising, you can go straight to the video if you want, so you don't have to watch the astrological or the intro again. And another way, guys, to support this channel is through Patreon. I want to thank my patrons. Thank you so much. The link to that will be below. And without further ado, let's go to the astrology section, shall we? Hello and welcome to the astrology section of your reading, and we have 3 significant events happening this week, and we have some minor events that I'm not going to go into, but the big news is that Saturn stations direct. It has been retrograde since April, so we are going to feel a shift forward. We're going to be able to see our path forward and a practical way of getting there. Now, Saturn is the Lord of time. He rules time. So we need to bring in patience because things that our goals take time. To get to where we want to go takes time and effort. So we need to allow that time and honor that time to get there. We have had time to prepare things in Virgo, and now it's time for us to propel forward. Now, Saturn is also the planet of lessons. So we need to remember, we need to look at what we've done in the past and learn from it, not repeat mistakes. We will, Saturn a lot of people freak out about Saturn and say, oh no, Saturn. But Saturn actually steers us in the right direction. So what we sometimes consider blocks and things that are stopping us from going forward, this is Saturn saying, no, don't go there. Turn around and go in this direction. It's going to serve you better. So it's about slowing down, right? But it's also about putting the effort and the work into it, because we can't get to where we're going without hard work. And Saturn is about, getting your elbow grease in there, rolling up your sleeves and doing the work to get to where you want to go. And it's in Capricorn, in its home sign of Capricorn. So this is the earth sign. It's manifesting, right? It's going to help us. It's going to put rules and structure in place so that we can get to our goals. This is about limiting, it's about economizing, if you will. So we really have to look and kind of trim the fat. What is not working for us? This, Saturn's about purging, getting rid of what's not working for us anymore, having the courage to let that go. When we let that go, we will go forward faster. Maybe not as fast as we want to. So we really do have to practice patience during this time and honor the sense of time. So this really is about putting effort into it. But this wonderful grounding energy and this direction of going forward is going to, and I also want to mention that Pluto, which has been traveling along with Saturn through the sign of Capricorn, is also slowing down and getting ready to go direct, which will happen at the end of the month or the beginning of next month. That's a whole other story, so I'll go into that later. But we're feeling the effects of that change, transformation, and Saturn is, organizing things for us to go forward and to reach our goals. And we'll be able to see where we're going. Finally, we can see ahead and in practical terms. But we have to put the work in, as I said before. Now, that happens on Wednesday the 18th. Excuse me. And on the, let me just look, on the 21st, we have Jupiter in a challenging aspect, what we call a square in astrology, to Neptune. Now, Jupiter is the planet of abundance, more, expansion, spirituality, adventure. And I'm just looking here at the chart. And Neptune is dreamy, it's visionary, it is spiritual, it is a connection with the ethereal realm and creative, right? So this contentious aspect between the two, between Jupiter and Neptune, well, on the negative side of each planet, right? Jupiter can be addiction. It can be bigger, better, more of something that doesn't work for us. It can be overindulgence, overdoing lots of things. And Neptune is the planet of illusion, right? And on the negative side, delusion, also addiction, and not seeing things in the light, overdoing something, being overly optimistic. Jupiter is optimism too. It's being very optimistic. So Neptune can accentuate that and not see things in realistic terms. Now, going back to Saturn, Saturn's very realistic, so it could help with balancing that out. But we really need to remember that in our psyche. We need to remember that we can go off on tangents. We can be distracted by Neptune. Neptune can be a distraction. I can sit here and I'm planning my day, and before I know it, it's 2 hours later and I haven't got up and done anything because I've been in my head, on this dream with Neptune. So sometimes when this happens, I put alarms on my phone. I have to do this, and I give myself a 2-hour notice of what I have to do. And then when the alarm goes off, I have to go, oh gosh, yeah, I've got to get up and do that. So sometimes we have to do that to bring us back in. But if we have that awareness in our psyche that we can be distracted and we can go off, and we have to kind of ask our question, ask a question of ourselves. Okay, is this realistic? Because we have unrealistic expectations sometimes with Neptune, and especially with Neptune and Jupiter in this contentious kind of relationship. So it's something to be aware of. But on the other hand, you can really tap into creativity. You can, if you're a writer, if you're in the visual arts, whatever it is, or just to be creative, it's amazing for, optimistic, visionary goals to make those, and to do, write a novel, something fantastical and mystical. So it's really brilliant to tap into that energy, that source of energy while this is happening. Now, the next thing that is happening is, really it's not this week because this reading goes to the 22nd, but I'd be remiss not to mention that on Monday, the 23rd, the sun moves into Libra. It is the autumn equinox. So this is a huge shift in energy, and the sun is joining Mercury and Venus in Libra. So this, I'll talk about that next week, but I wanted you to know that. So also, happy birthday, Libra. Happy birthday. So we will discuss and talk about what's going on with that next week, because there are some other things going on. So yes, I want to also mention, where is it? I want to also mention at the same time, which I didn't mention as we were talking about it, at the same time that Saturn moves direct, it is in this beautiful trine with the moon in Taurus. Now, the moon in Taurus is in exaltation. It's it's expressing itself how it needs to express itself. It is creating security and helping Saturn. Saturn will help you see your way forward for security. It is a beautiful alignment between the moon and Saturn, so you can actually plan out and see what you need and what you want. And what will make you feel secure. And it's also a very nurturing energy. So it's really interesting that we have, I also want to mention before we go any further, that the Jupiter squaring Neptune can also bring in some fear of the future. And it can be unrealistic. It feels very real. So you can feel some anxiety. It's really important to meditate during this time. And also, and to remember that things aren't necessarily realistic. So it is about taking care of responsibilities, because Saturn's going to make sure that you take care of your responsibilities. It's going to be in our faces. We will need to take care of things that we've perhaps been putting on the back burner. But also is things that we need to take care of. So Saturn is showing us the way forward. And sometimes, especially with the Neptune and Jupiter connection, we will feel a little fearful and perhaps apprehensive about those responsibilities. But if we just get down and just do a little bit at a time and just take care of them, things will come out of this on top. Having taken care of our responsibilities, having lived up to our responsibilities. And that's us showing up for our lives. Okay, everyone. I wish you a wonderful, abundant week. And without further ado, let's go to your tarot card reading, shall we? Hello, Taurus, and welcome to your reading for September, the tarot card section of your reading for September the 16th through the 22nd. And let's go to your cards. I have been shuffling. This is for Taurus. What wonderful gifts, guidance, blessings, and helpful information can you give Taurus for this coming week? Lovely energy. Okay, 3 cards for Taurus, please. Oh, darling, they're all coming out. Oh, this is interesting. There's crossover, guys. You know how sometimes... Oh, that's the first card, yes. 2 more cards for Taurus, please. 2 more cards for Taurus. There's a card sometimes that comes out certain cards, different cards each week, but you know, it comes out a lot in different readings. Okay, now let's go to your clarifying cards. What wonderful gifts, guidance, blessings, and helpful information can you give Taurus for this coming week? Please clarify. Ah. Okay, please clarify. Okay. And please clarify. Oh, too many cards fell out there. I have to. Please clarify. There it is. Oh, darling, let me tell you. The cards want to tell you a lot. Unfortunately, we don't have a lot of time for an extensive reading. Okay, the first card out is the Five of Swords. Clarifying the Five of Swords is the Eight of Swords. Then we have the Knight of Cups. Clarifying the Knight of Cups is the Magician. Then we have the Three of Swords, clarified by the Queen of Cups. What is going on, Taurus? I know what's going on for you guys. Uranus going through your sign, so that's a lot of upheaval. Fabulous things as well as some kind of not so fabulous things are happening. So now we have the Five of Swords. And the Five of Swords is about winning a battle by insulting someone. And actually you're not winning. But this is about being mean and personally insulting someone and demeaning them and humiliating them. If you're frustrated and you can't get them to see your point of view, or to, you know, you can't win your battle, you just go to insult. I've seen it online. It's like there may be a debate and it's a healthy debate, and then somebody comes in with a vitriol insult and attacking the person personally instead of hearing them out and debating. You can debate something, but when you get over emotional, you can resort to personal, I want to say injury, but you know, it's emotional. It's you know, being mean. It's saying something personally insulting to that person. It's going, what I call going for the jugular, right? And it happens a lot in relationships. So this could be an argument in a relationship. And some of you, I am feeling that you are in a contentious period in your relationship, perhaps, with someone, and you're feeling trapped. You're feeling trapped in this relationship, frustrated, and it makes you lash out verbally and with cruelty. This feeling of being trapped is an illusion. It's not real. Look, she's in the middle of these swords and there's a gap right in front of her, but she's tied up and she's got a blindfold on. She refuses to see the situation, or she can't. She just isn't in the right place to see the reality in the situation of what's really going on. And that is what frustrates her and perhaps brings in this, you know, verbal abuse, actually, is what it is. So when the Eight of Swords comes in, it's saying, look, take the blindfold off, see the situation. You can leave any time. You can create your own life. You don't have to stay in a relationship that feels trapped, or you can do something about it and get help, get advice, see a counselor, you know, go for, you know, in relationship counseling. Maybe you need intervention. Maybe you need an arbitrator, somebody that can come in and help you, both of you, see each other's side. And then you have the Knight of Cups. So I am feeling, because this is the gift of love, I'm really feeling that love is in the mix here. You're in love, or there's a message of love coming in here. And you have the Magician. This is, you can feel this love and experience this love. You have everything that you need to experience this love. You have to understand that you are the author of your life. You can make the life that you want. You can have the love that you want. You have to put the effort into it. And you have to create that love that you want. You can create it with anyone. So if you're in love with someone, then show them that love. Give them that time and the attention that they require. Make it happen the way you want it to happen. And then you have the Three of Swords. So this is pain, Taurus. This is emotional pain. This is a deep pain. Maybe something that your partner has said, or perhaps their behavior, something has brought this pain up for you. So this is a pain that we experience as young children, or, you know, adolescence, or whatever it is, right? It's installed, and we've ignored this pain for survival reasons. When you're young, you can't process the feelings, and you can't process the situations, right? And so this pain is buried deep, and sometimes somebody can say something and this pain comes up, rears its ugly head. This is what's blocking you. And so look, when the Three of Swords comes in, what it's saying is, address this pain, connect the dots. Don't blame the person that you're with for this pain. Maybe something they said kicked it up. Maybe you can explain that to them. Maybe you can do some soul searching. This is a time of personal growth. This is definitely a time astrologically of personal growth. And when this card comes in, it's saying, face the pain. Look at it for what it is. Look at the truth in the situation. It's not caused by this person that you're with right now. This person may have stimulated this pain in some way, but they are not the cause of this pain. And so it's important to be able to see that. And you have the Queen of Cups here. And the Queen of Cups is, she helps everyone. She serves everyone. She's a listening ear. She's emotionally available. You are being asked to be emotionally available, to move through this pain and to fix your relationship, because it is within your power to fix this. It's whether you decide to fix it or you decide to move on. And this is your dilemma and your choice. So you need to kind of do some soul searching. I feel that the love that you really desire is there for you. You have to fix yourself. You have to go within. You have to connect those dots, and you have to understand and find your power, because you can empower yourself and strengthen your resolve so that you don't resort to, being mean to someone, or perhaps somebody's being mean to you. Perhaps somebody's abusing you, Taurus. That could be the case. And if that's the case, then you need to kind of, address it. If your partner can't stop that, then you do need to move on. And you will find the love that you desire when you are empowered and you understand that you are in control of your life. You have a choice. There is always a choice. I say that to my son all the time. He's a Taurus. I always say he goes, I have no choice. Yes, you always have a choice. Thelma and Louise had a choice. I mean, they chose to drive off the cliff, so I'm not advising that, but it was a choice, is what I'm saying. There's always a choice. Taurus, thank you so much for tuning in. Please don't forget to like this video, share it with friends, family, neighbors, co-workers, social media. Help me get to my goal of 10K subscribers, and comment and leave me feedback. And I wish you a week filled with abundance and love. Mwah. I love you all, and I'll see you next week.